Josh!
What, Cotton?
It's time!
What?
To tell everyone the 10 best weapons in Monster Hunter!
You're just gonna show everyone the stupidest ones, aren't you?
Yes, that's what I said, the 10 best weapons in Monster Hunter! Alright, everybody, if you didn't get the memo there, this is the list of the 10 best weapons in Monster Hunter, because to me, best means the most absolutely ridiculous. So let's dig right in.
Number 10.
The Philosopher Balloon Hunting Horn. I mean, come on guys, you can't for a moment tell me that this weapon isn't hilarious. It isn't just a head on a stick. It is an entire monster on a stick, and the entire monster is then inflated. Obviously, if you want to know how it's made, you just knock a Philosopher unconscious, drag it to the smithy, and say, "I want to make sound!" and it will magically appear in front of you, because that is how Monster Hunter works. As for how to use it in combat, who the hell knows? Why are you asking me that? Hunting horns are a mystical art taught only by the monks atop the mountain. And who even knows how to get to the top of the mountain? I mean, where even is this mountain, really?
Number 9.
The Cut Coupe hair dual blades. These things are fantastic. You know how I got these? How I found them? I was babysitting a friend's child up in the pub one day.
I'm not a child.
A long time ago. And the child just got so restless.
Please leave me alone, sir. I am an adult.
So I thought to myself, how do you calm down a child?
I am not a child!
Get them a little shaker toy. I searched far and wide, and it turns out that the entire time I had a pretty decent pair of shakers on my back. I mean, they're the perfect size, the perfect design. The fact that they actually are made from little bits of that flaily motherfucker! Their existence in this world is just such a positive thing.
Number 8.
The COS Ice Longsword. First off, it's a longsword, which means it is already better than most weapons. But it is also a very, very large bird head attached to its own very large bird spine. Oh, and also, the eyes glow to make you look more ominous. I think my only fear about this weapon is that it might not be from a real bird. Because if this was a real bird, it would probably be a full-on monster that we would have to rip the spine out of ourselves.
Number 7.
The Fist of Fury Hammer. Have you ever wanted to just throw your damn weapon away and instead run in with pure brute force and engage in fisticuffs with a monster? Well, sorry, but that's actually forbidden in our Monster Hunter world. Monster Hunter world? No, our Monster Hunter world as a whole. However, if you want to reach out a hand to your opponent only to bring that hand down on their skull, this is the weapon for you. This weapon will allow you to grab your opponent from a distance because it's a giant hand, and then smack them from a distance because it's a giant hand as you prepare to knock them out. But wait, it's already a hammer, so even if it wasn't a fist, it would knock them out anyways.
Number 6.
The Glutton's Tool Dual Blades. Look, we eat the monsters, okay? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't look surprised at me! Where did you think our food came from? It is a healthy thing to do for the ecosystem, and the wasting the meat would be terrible. Wait, I don't need to explain myself. Anyways, we eat the monsters. You eat the monsters too. And for anyone who has ever wanted to cut out the middleman in the eating process, so to say, these weapons are perfect. Bring them on the hunt, kill the monster with them. Hey, I know they're unorthodox, but they're still sharp. And then, once the monster is dead, you are already prepared to have a wonderful, uninterrupted meal.
Number 5.
The Peat Sack's Charge Blade. The job of a true Monster Hunter is to serve justice with an under 50-minute delivery guarantee.
Pizza time.
What amazes me most is that this weapon actually is a pizza. Don't think it's just a prop, because obviously it is an actual pizza. This isn't something designed to look like a pizza, it is a pizza. Don't ruin my dreams. But first off, it was baked with cat ears. Do you realize how hard it is to make tiny shapes in the border of a pizza? Incredibly so. The crust would crack instantly. It would break. It wouldn't even set in the first place. And the cheese would definitely not be this even. Nothing would go as planned, and it would reduce the pie's stability levels tenfold. But then it isn't just served as a pizza, but also as a weapon. And it does the job beautifully.
Number 4.
The Sabre Greatsword. Look at your sword, now back at me. This is a Lil Larenoth, and he is not the newest rapper on the hot fire scene. He is a full-on rendition of a baby dinosaur converted into an absolutely terrible weapon. Guys, just look at this damn thing. First off, it actually is only a blade on one side. The other side, even better, is made of breakable appendages that probably aren't even very defensive. And then the top seals it off, so you can't even get any thrusting action, too. Oh, god damn it, I love a little thrusting action. Who doesn't? And then on top of that, regardless of the overall weight, because greatswords are generally heavy, they will be heavy, just think of the balance of this thing. It is entirely weighted towards one side, and that is not the side that is bladed. Smithy, did you do this? Maybe. This is a terrible weapon. Coming from you? That's a compliment.
Number 3.
The Frozen Spear Tunic Greatsword. It's the chicken of the sea! Is the exact same way a greatsword user would describe their weapon when compared with the other 13 options in Monster Hunter, constantly feeding their own superiority complex, only just slightly less than charge blade users. And then when that superiority complex is maxed out, you pick up a goddamn fish. I went over the Lyra Sabre and why that would be a terrible weapon, but that's because it at least had a blade. It was trying to be a good weapon. The Frozen Spear Tunic has no illusions of effectiveness. It is simply there for when you are so confident in yourself that you just want to do a significantly more intense version of this.
Number 2.
The Shark Lance. Hey, greatsword! Yeah? You think using a fish as a weapon is cool? Yeah. Well, how about these apples? That's not an apple. It's a shark. I know it's a shark! Thank you! The Shark Lance. This thing is imposing as shit. Even on its simplest level, it means the wielder probably killed a fucking shark. But then, when leaving, he realized, hey, this must have been the only shark here, so I'm gonna take down this goddamn sign that warns people of the sharks and use that as a shield! What the wielder did not know is that there was in fact another shark, and 2 people were eaten that week before the guild got around to putting up a new sign. A sign that purposefully warned of multiple sharks rather than just one. The main other difference between the Frozen Spear Tunic Greatsword and the Shark Lance is their viability as a weapon, because at least with the shark you are shoving the business end of those scary motherfucking monsters. You still have the crazy rows of shark's teeth to use as an actual dangerous fucking weapon. But wait, before the final reveal, it is time for today's reverse list award for the worst silly weapon in the game. The Cheddar Greatsword. It's not that significantly less silly than most weapons, however, it's called Cheddar, and is not just a giant block of cheese. It's just a Seregios weapon. And it's not a funny Seregios weapon, it's just a Seregios weapon. And, what? Cheddar Greatsword. You disappoint me so much.
Number 1.
The Kitchen WAPA Hunting Horn. Earlier in this video, I talked to you about the process of hunting horn, ancient secret yada yada monks, right? Well, it turns out monks is short for monkey. Antelope, flying squirrel hybrids. The Quechua are, for whatever reason, the true shepherds to the land that is eternal musical epiphany, and after 5 years of training with them, they bestow upon you their greatest musical weapon, the Quechua. In other words, this weapon is a motherfucking tiny plastic monster monkey holding and clapping together 2 tiny cymbals. Somehow, this weapon is absolutely hilarious for the Quechua's inclusion. The real-life item it is referencing, also hilarious. And then on top of that, the design as a whole somehow pulls together to somehow simultaneously just look genuinely good. This weapon is like the Xantrios of weapons, meaning it somehow manages to be both really, really cool and somehow extremely goofy at the exact same time. Alright everybody, that's been my list of the 10 best, and by best I mean silliest weapons in Monster Hunter. I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about these babies, because if you haven't guessed, they are a bit of a passion project for me. And I love that you guys love them too. It really warms my cold, cold heart. I've been Cotton Dinosaur. Like if you liked the video, subscribe and hit the little notification bell for more. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, stay sweet.